Good morning, YouTube friends and family. Welcome to my live that I didn't announce ahead of time. So hopefully some of y'all can join in, but good grief. I think I'll hiccup a little bit while I wait. So how are you all doing? Has it been a week already? Why, yes, it has. Excuse my shortness of breath. I was kind of running around getting everything lined up because I have to leave here in about a half an hour, and you know how I can chitty chat. So for those of you who haven't been on in a while, yes, I'm pale. Really pale. I'm going to tell a little story about that. I'm going to share my garden plants I bought, y'all. And I'm going to pray I have the energy to do it today. Yesterday was a very long day, and let me explain what happened. A week ago, Tuesday, there was a cyber attack on the Kettering Health Network system. And you know, y'all banks, lots of healthcare people, they're all subject to these attacks. The group is called Interlock, which I thought Interlock was like a device if you're a drinker and you have to blow before you can go. I thought that's called Interlock, and maybe it is, I don't know. I'm sure they're not concerned about copyright and following the rules about their name. So anyway, oh, I got to make that phone call too. Y'all, there is such a thing called chemo brain because I asked yesterday and they're like, oh, yeah, yours ain't bad at all. I'm like, okay. I'm just kind of ADD, and I've always been a little ADD, little, not enough to need medication, just enough to be like, look, there's something shiny. You know, I get distracted easy. The hospital said it would be 10 to 20 days before they got up. There's been all kinds of false information about ransomware demands of anywhere from 35 or 37 to, I don't know, 100 and some $1,000,000. Then I've heard that they haven't even asked for money. But what they've been able to do is sort of run a parallel system so that the radiation machines work. So I had gotten my chemo and radiation on Monday. So canceled for me was my iron on Wednesday, my radiation for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I missed 4 days. And guys, I was really concerned. And I cried a little bit because I thought, I just started my left lung, and because I'm on what they call concurrent therapy, they want the radiation and the chemo at the same time. I just kind of blew off that chemo, and I'm probably going to have to repeat that one. I'm just going to be honest about it, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I am learning you cross a lot of bridges when you get there, and you have to think it through from the standpoint of being your own advocate. So I'm learning that. Anyway, they called me Friday night and they said, hey, can you go to the main campus? Main campus is about an hour. It's where I went to nursing school. Yeah, well, boy, howdy, I sure can. That'd be fine. So I went to main campus Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which they were supposed to be closed for the Memorial Day holiday, and got caught up. And then I've been Monday and Tuesday, and I'm getting ready to leave to go Wednesday this week. So they're going to run it through so I get more radiation. And I don't know about half-lives of chemotherapy drugs. I don't know about continued benefit. If you've missed 4 days, if you go 7, is that better? Might be. I don't know. And y'all, some of those things I just don't ask because then I do the what ifs and I go to the dark side. Hi, whoever's on. There's a couple people. I get negative. So I can't do that to myself. So yesterday I had chemo. Nauseated today, guys, but it's okay. My sugar's way up, but I'll talk to the doctor about maybe a little regular insulin or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to want to do. I don't know if they'll do anything since it's definitely medication induced. I'm sorry. I've either grown a beard or it's a cat hair. Might have grown a beard, hair falls out on your head. And guys, I am losing hair. And you're going to see like the texture of my hair has changed a little bit. I can't help it. And I'm not one, well, I'm learning. Like, I don't really care because why I'm here is not how I look. And, you know, if I get a little balding, can't really tell it yet. I have noticed I'm getting some really silver regrowth. Now, I've always had silver, not always, but I mean, since I got old, but it's definitely more so. So we'll just see what the Lord has in store. Maybe it'll grow in pink or something, or my favorite color, blue. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'd be totally camouflaged between my eyes and my hair. Anyway, so Uncle Steve came. He cleaned out my gutters. I did not film it, guys. I didn't stay out there with him a whole lot. I did some things, but my veggie pot had blown over. He reassembled all of that, put the cover back on it. No, that's called a green stalk. He helped me weed. I had weeded most of it, the pots. And then he put the soil, and I like the Foxfire Farms soil. So we put fresh soil in my veggie pod because I went and got some plants. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to flip you around, and here's my kitchen. Okay, my kitchen's okay. Guys, if Good Housekeeping came to see how I'm keeping house, I would not be a featured June article person. But, y'all, I gotta have some maters. I gotta have my maters. So I went to Walmart. I did not feel like going clear to Friendly Knoll. I probably will for some flowers. This is the Golden Jubilee Heirloom Tomato. Now, these are all indeterminate, so they're going to be crazy in the pots, but I have big pots. Normally, I put flowers in them, but I'm going to put tomatoes in them. They smell good. And this is the Bonnie plants, which are very popular. This is broken at Walmart. Thank you, Frankie. You had to check them out. $4.59. I was like, I have thousands of tomato seeds I have saved, but I didn't do that this year, and it's okay. This one is a better boy. I like the big boy. I like the better boy. I like any of the boy tomatoes. But these look super healthy. And sometimes at Walmart, it's like, wah, wah, wah. I can bring a flower back, but I don't want to bring my food back. I want it to be pretty healthy. Y'all, this is messy, and I'm sorry. I hope to get them outside today. So they did not have a lot of herbs, I'll tell you that. They had a lot of peppers. I didn't buy any peppers. Guys, I have enough canned and freeze-dried. I don't need peppers. And so I got some basil, some sweet basil. It smells so heavenly. I wanted sage. I'll have to get sage at Friendly Knoll. And guys, I got dill because I didn't grow dill last year and I missed it. So it takes a lot of dill. Like if I was planting seeds, I would have done like a big patch of them. I'm not planting seeds. So here's what I've got. Some people jumped off, some people jumped on. I hope I'm not varying with internet. Yeah, words are hard. Chemo words. Y'all, I'm really enjoying the cooler weather. I haven't had to run my AC through the house at all. It's just not been hot enough, but we're about to have some 80s, and excuse when I bend over like that. I call this my Jolene shirt. If she would leave them on, I'd take a picture of her in red glasses. I'd have to get red glasses, but I think this looks so much like Jolene. I got the girls up this morning because the baby was up and she was crying. Winona. She's like, where's my scissors? And the one she thinks now is her mom is broody. So she's like, get away from me. I'm having more babies. Get away. She stole 5 eggs in the last 2 days. That chicken. But that's what they do when they're broody. Anyway, so Jolene was first to get off the roost and come to the door. And she's like, Mom. And she loved me up. And Fancy Ray's like, yeah, I'm thirsty. Get out my way. She's like, Mom saved my life, when she got attacked by the fox. So she's still very, very sweet and lovey. So I also wanted to share with you just a couple tips and tricks. And these actually came from my chemo buddy that went on Monday night, a week ago Monday. I went by myself. I'm fine. I don't need to interrupt people's lives. If they insist, that's fine. But yeah, first one I needed somebody. So she brought me these little lozenges, and they're mint and ginger. And sometimes ginger gives me heartburn. These are wonderful. And I thought they had a brand on them, but I'm not seeing that. So I'll have to ask her. But she's into like all natural stuff, so these are all real good. When even your friends know you're constipated, right? That's a whole nother story. Miralax, guys. If you're going through something where they've changed your medicines and it's causing you a problem, which I've never had before, works like a charm. Prunes. So I've been eating prunes every day. I love prunes. I just have to watch. And I may have eaten too many prunes yesterday, not from a bathroom standpoint, but because I like them. And I had them in my lunch bucket that I took to chemo. I do pack snacks and some beverages. I've discovered, I was watching Miss Gay, there's a little doodaddy that covers the end of your straw. It's like a string, not a string, like a rubber ring you put over the straw, and then it has a cap on it. So I might have ordered some that are chicken themed like Miss Gay's were. And I did get myself a second large Stanley cup like I have, because I want one that's just water, and then the one that I've kind of stained from drinking iced tea and Diet Poppin', I'm gonna just keep as the colored colored beverage one. So I've done that. And then the other thing, guys, this is really cool. I haven't tried it because Lord knows I haven't had any problem here, but they're called Nana Flakes, and her husband swore by them. Oh, I kind of gave that away. Okay, so her husband has been through this. That's why she has all this. And it's, you can mix it into water, juices, cereals, applesauce, yogurt, or pudding. You can sprinkle it over a meal. You can put it into a tube feed if you're at that stage of needing nutrition. But what is it? It's dried banana flesh. And I'm like, I have a freeze dryer. Wonder if I can make my own Nana Flakes. Well, I don't actually need them right now, but it does not slow or affect gut motility. High in pectin, helps to, I'll just read it, thicken stools, helps form firm stools, and it's for occasional diarrhea. It's 0 gluten, psyllium, and wheat. It's kosher. We might have to try to, I think you would have to like maybe dehydrate the banana peel so that you could shred it in a device, but you might be able to just, chop it into little pieces and then put it in your freeze dryer. But I'm going to try that, guys. Can't swear by it, but if that's what this is, and he swears by it, because sometimes, guys, as an irritable bowel sufferer, you take a lot of Imodium, it can cause the opposite problem, and then you can get into the back and forth problem where you're constipated, no wait, I got diarrhea, no wait, now I'm constipated, because you're medicating to get through those things. So if I can do it with more natural things like prunes or Nana Flakes or homemade Nana Flakes, I think I thought Nana meant like grandma. I didn't know they were banana. But anyway, so I hope those kind of things, when I do share them, are helpful. Let me show you what I'm working on. I've been working on this a lot. And y'all, like I said, I wouldn't win any good housekeeping awards. TV's on pause. This is my latest building set. I actually was building this for my son, and he was like, "Oh, that's okay, Mom. That's kind of your hobby." I'm like, "Oh, tell me you don't want it without telling me you don't want it." Oh, my neighbors are missing a shingle. Oh my gosh. See what I mean about the ADD, guys? So this is what it's going to look like. I am building the top piece right here. I have wired it so it will light up. I haven't built my peepers yet, but it is Isaacia is the name of it. Now let me tell you what. Oh, this is book 2. So it's cyberpunk. So the little characters have names and they have weird occupations. Like the last one I built, they were like, ran a restaurant by day or like a coffee shop by day, and by night they replaced arms and legs, you know. So this one's so detailed, y'all. It even has like a little vending machine here that you can put your money in the back, and it comes out the bottom, and it's supposed to be ramen noodles. And then there's a little ramen noodle filling station here, and then where you can't see, a place they can eat it. Just so details. The doors slide. Little, you know, very Asian, very Japanese. So I've really enjoyed building this. I've been working on that quite a bit. I am working on one of my book nooks. I can tell you guys, not my favorite at all. I'm not saying it's not cute. It's just not as polished. That's what it is. It's a little sloppy looking to me. You know, the pieces don't fit super tight. There's a lot of glue involved. I usually end up like this with my fingers glued together. So last thing, guys, one of the things that I found out, now I don't know I still can't get my iron, y'all. That's why I look so pale. I had blood work yesterday, and I'll just leave it at this. It's worse than it's ever been because I'm not getting the blood or the iron until they get their computer things straightened out. So they said it could be up to 15 weeks, and I'm like, oh, or until I'm dead. So what I'm going to do is try to focus on the chemo and radiation, which is the most important, but talk with them. I have a port. And y'all, I get really bruised, as you see. Here's the port. You can cut there. You can kind of see it move. I hope that doesn't gross anybody out. So that I don't have to get poked. I don't have to have vein access. They can just access the port because you have to have a 16 gauge needle for blood and for iron and for a lot of things. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can get it done elsewhere. There's got to be another infusion center. The problem is it's $4,600 a dose. They'll have to go through and get it approved by my insurance again because it's a different provider. So that's going to take some time, but I don't want to wait 15 weeks because it's going to take a while, guys. Just because I have 25 radiations and 4 chemos left does not mean that's the end of my treatment plan. They're trying to get some immunotherapy, which will go on for a year, to prevent it from, or I guess changing the cells that would form the cancer. I don't quite understand it. It's kind of, woo, you know, kind of a thing. But they're appealing the denial. And I'm sorry if you saw spit just flew. Me. But anyway, so I've got to focus on my treatment first because killing that tumor, one, we're praying is dead now, but you know, treating that big tumor so that it's dead and it's no longer a cancer is really my priority. And as long as it's there, it's going to eat up my not my red blood cells, my hemoglobin, my iron, and it's going to make my platelets go crazy, which means, believe it or not, when they go crazy like that, you're at a high risk for bleeding. So I've noticed, even when I prick my finger, it's like, oh dear Lord, didn't need to do it that high, you know, for my blood sugars. So not high, hard. All right. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope these videos will give you some semblance of maybe ways that you can still function. I have, and I know pride goeth before a fall, but I'm very pleased with myself, pushing myself to the right amount, resting and saying it's okay to hold the couch down all day or to build Legos and hold the couch down and watch YouTube. Those are my favorite things to do right now, right now. You know, before now it would have been gardening and playing with the chickens. And I can't do that, y'all. If one of my chickens gets loose, I'm in trouble. See, here we go with, woo, Steve put a latch on my gate and it's marvelous. And I don't have to worry about the gate blowing open, the chickens getting out the gate. Now, Nona's small enough, there's a crack in the bottom that I'm gonna have to put like a brick or something there so she can't squeeze through. She a little rotten, she would try it. She's as mischievous as I've seen. And Fancy Ray is very mischievous too. Actually, Jolene is my explorer. You have to really watch her. If anything is open, she's like, well, here, I come out here. She's the one that went and knocked on the neighbor's back door for treats. God bless her heart. Thank God the dog wasn't out or she would have been no more. But now they've put a fence up and there's different people there. So different story. All right, guys. So blessed to have all of you all. Thank you for commenting on what little bit I've been trying to post on my community tab. Because of the confusion and all of the change up with schedule, that's why I didn't get a video up this weekend. I act like it's an all-day thing. But guys, guess what it is for me? By the time I get up, you know, take a bath, do my hair, I obviously spend no time on the makeup, get dressed, and there's certain things I need to wear, you know, for access to the port, blah, 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 and drive, and then it was an hour, but now it's about 35 minutes, so I leave 45 minutes ahead of time. So that's like an hour and a half almost, and just drive time and lead time. I left my house at 7:30 yesterday, and I got home at 3:30. So, and that's without getting the iron I was hoping to get. So there you go. Some days are super long. They were really running behind in the lab. They don't have their rapid lab equipment's not working because that's hooked to the computer system. So I guess they were doing it the old-fashioned way. So it took 2 hours for my lab work to come back, and they couldn't give the chemo till it came back. So I went down to the cafeteria and had a grilled cheese. Probably my carbs were probably up a little bit yesterday because there might have been a Rice Krispie treat involved. All right, guys. I hope you stay blessed, be healthy, and be well. And I will see you all very soon to do some planting because I don't want those plants in my sink all week. All right, guys. Take care.